Mic test for Matt. Test 1 2 1 2 1 2. Alright, let me know. Hello. You can't really see my face. I'm gonna have to go like that. Wow. This is really crazy. I've never done this before, and I'm sorry if this is a bit rough. I don't even know if you can hear the mic too well, but we're gonna find out. We've got Matt in the corner, who's gonna give us some intel. But thank you guys for coming on, and yeah, I think the idea today is to do a little bit of drawing. So you can see in the corner we got Bean, and we've got my iPad, and then we've got the rest of the screen where you can see what I'm drawing, obviously. I put a post out on Bean Chat yesterday just to see, I'll leave that up, just to see what you guys would like to see drawn. And I think it'd be really fun to do like an autumnal scene, something which would be nice as like a desktop. And I thought it would be really, really fun if I could make something with you guys sort of interacting at the same time, and then share the wallpaper with you so you can put it on your desktop or whatever you like. Yeah, so we'll do that today. Thank you guys so much for joining the stream. It's really, really cool to see you guys in the chat. We've got people from Japan, France, Mexico. Someone said New York. That's crazy. So thank you guys so much. Yeah. Oh, someone did the South Korean heart emoji thing. Hang on. There you go. All right, cool. Yeah, so as I was saying, the biggest one that people wanted to see drawn was an autumnal scene. Obviously, yeah, because it's September now and we're sort of coming around to it. I think that I've been wondering what to do because we've got a few options. We could do pumpkin patch, or we could do maybe just like Doggo and Cato in a pile of leaves. I don't know. Or maybe have them like inside having a cozy coffee. I don't know. It's so hard. This is the joy of my job. Is it's there's too many damn options. So I don't know. Maybe we can get a comment. First one to comment what to draw, I'll draw that. Nothing inappropriate. Yeah, maybe not. the delay is huge. Well, and can everyone like see the screen okay and everything? Okay, we're going pumpkins. Thank you, Bear. And Bear was why does it say #1 by Bear? I've never streamed on YouTube before, so this is all very new to me. Okay, we're going pumpkins. This is a unanimous vote. Bean in a pumpkin? We could do that. What do you think? Matt, what do you think? Okay, alright. Let's see if I remember how to draw a pumpkin. That could be tricky. I did draw a pumpkin patch a while ago. We did a calendar, and one of the scenes was a pumpkin patch, and that took forever. So I'm a bit worried. I don't draw super fast. I'm gonna be real, but we can see. Okay, I'm gonna do very, very rough sketches to start. Yeah, let's draw a pumpkin. I think that's probably a good place to begin. Right, so a pumpkin is very, very curvy. I don't know if I have the best technique for pumpkin drawing, but we'll give it a go. It's gonna be like super small as well. I have this like option on the stream where it can either follow like what my stream looks like, what my iPad is doing, so you can sort of see me like zoom in and out and whatnot, but I don't know if it's better or not. Let's try that for a little bit just so you guys get a bit of a closer view of it, and you can see my settings and whatnot. But I'm not too sure if I like that option. But let's put a little pumpkin there. A little pumpkin there. What do you think, Matt? Is it too cluttered, or should I go back to the previous one?
I think, to be fair, it depends whether you're watching it on like a phone or not. Because on my screen, like if you're watching it in the theater mode that you have set up, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's big enough.
Okay.
Either way is fine. See what the people think.
Okay. Let's do this for a little bit and just find out. I'll get rid of that text. So we got a couple of pumpkins. Maybe we could have it like this. I'm sort of trying to envision like a very autumnal sort of Pennsylvania field. And put some little trees in there. I'm gonna go back to the previous option, I think. Yeah, let's do that. So we'll put a little bit of that in. Yeah. Pumpkins are notorious for like being kind of hard to scale up, and I don't know. I do really enjoy like drawing them because they're pretty easy too. They're just little curvy things. Whereas other fruit can be quite challenging. Like I remember making a comic about a watermelon, gosh, like 5 years ago, where Bean gives birth to a watermelon, and it took so long to draw the watermelon every time. It sounds pretty. I'm getting bad looks over here. It was a different time. 2019 was different. Anyway. So yeah, I'm not a huge fan of watermelon drawing. Right, so where are we going to put Bean in this scene? Because I've got a little bit of foreground going. I've got some background. Maybe we should have some kind of mist as well. I don't really want to have to draw a ton of acreage in this scene. I tell you what, maybe I'll move it.
Also, trouble is with being in the cam.
What is it?
It's taking the focus away from your other.
Oh yeah, it's kind of covering it. Should I get rid of it? What are people saying? Oh, Gook. I don't know if I can say that. Gook? Sorry. Remembers the comic. Yeah, that was a fun comic. That was one of the first ones I did, which was like really long form. Yeah, that was really fun. I need to do more of those. I started doing a few more of those recently, and they're really nice to do, but they take forever. And I've got this like obsession where if I'm not connecting the slides in between them, it really irks me. I don't know why, but it's not the best. I need to be more sort of efficient with my drawing schedule. That's why everything's late. That's why we haven't posted in like I don't know, I'm not even gonna continue that conversation. It's embarrassing. But yeah, no, I think that those comics are really fun to do, and I wish that I had that thing Hermione had in Harry Potter 3, where she could just sort of zoom back and forth in time and then get everything done. And yeah, that would be sick, because then I'd do everything, then we'd have like an animation every day. That'd be cool. Right, so I'm drawing Bean in here, and Bean is very much like a pumpkin as well. Bean is just curves. Yup. Got the eyes in there. Big old eyes. Maybe they could be... He's looking kind of a little bit not cozy enough. I think he needs some attire. So I might add a little bit of a little jumper action. I think that is appropriate. We can't have a cold Bean on our hands. That would be trouble. So let's put a little jumper on him. Maybe a little hat. Oh, I don't know. I've got a love-hate relationship with iPads, because I love it because I travel a bit, and it can be you know, pretty handy having an iPad versus, you know, working on a Wacom or something like that. And whilst I used to like exclusively work on a big old Cintiq Wacom, and I'd lug that thing around everywhere, and it was it was pretty terrible, but it was at least, you know, powerful, and got the job done, and you can work in different softwares. And iPads are great because they're super lightweight. You can take them anywhere you want, and that's all well and good. But then at the same time, like Procreate's great as well, but it's like if you want to do animation, you want to try different things, they're very limited, and they're also expensive too. Like iPads they're not the cheapest thing in the world, and if you're just starting out, you've really got to like make a wise choice. So I chose the Wacom at the start. I think I paid like £300 for it from just I was like doing chores for like 6 months, and then managed to save up enough when I was about 15, 16. And then I kept that iPad for Wacom for, maybe until I was 20 odd. And then I did a little talk with Apple when I was 19ish in London, and they actually gave me a little iPad, as I didn't get paid for the talk or anything like that. So it was free labor, but they gave me an iPad, which was cool. And I used that then for about 4 odd years. Sorry, I haven't been talking about the scenes. I've got Doggo in here. I've never really talked whilst drawing. This is surprisingly difficult. But we're going in and doing it. If Bob Ross can do it, so can I. No, that guy was a wizard though. So, we've got Doggo, we've got Kato. And we've got some pumpkin patch action, but it's looking a little bit, I don't really know what the scene is. I don't know what they're doing in there. They're kind of just chilling. Maybe, actually, let's put Bean on top of the big pumpkin. I think that would be cool. Let's see if that's any good. His legs look a bit funny now. Is alright? Nice. Yeah. Oh, and big shout out to Ollie Graham as well. Oliveira on Instagram. He's the magician who's done all the music for us. So to avoid any copyright claims, I've just and also because it's a great playlist, we've just decided to use the Lo-Fi Bean music that we made about a month ago as the background music, and I think it's very appropriate. It has an autumnal vibe. It's very soothing. Actually, I'll turn it on just when I'm working or anything like that, so I would highly recommend it if you haven't listened already. And big shout out to Ollie. He is a genius. He's very, very good at what he does. He does all the music as well, not just for, you know, like the lo-fi, but also the all the animations. So all the sound effects, all of the bean animalese talking, man, that's all Ollie. And he's honestly, I think that it's very easy to just assume that a lot of the work and whatnot is in the visuals, but the audio counts for so much, and he really deserves all the credit in that department, because man, I remember starting off doing the animations and I would try and do audio myself. Oh boy, it was tough. It was really bad. I remember I just ended up like ripping off Snoopy soundtracks. Oh, Ollie's. Oh wow. Okay, shouts out to Chris Graham. Thank you so much for watching. That's so cool. Wow. I don't know if this is too much information, but I heard that Chris, I heard you, you hurt your leg recently and you've been in and out of hospital. So I hope you're all right, and I hope you guys are doing okay. And we need to get Ollie down here. We need to get him in the studio. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. That's so cool. We should be working on a new animation, so tell Ollie to get back to work. Not that I'm doing much, I'm just drawing pumpkins. Yeah, we gotta add Kato in here. Ooh, that's a good idea. I think I need to free up some more room in the picture because I'm sort of running out of real estate in the front here. Okay. So we got Bean up there. We got Doggo down here. Maybe we put a little bonfire in. I love that idea. Okay. I feel like Kato's gonna be dancing around it, or she's always up to no good. Doggo's the most chill one, and then yeah, that's what I'm thinking, is get some marshmallows in there. Doggo's already got his hand ready, so we just pop that one right there. Yeah, the s'mores. Yeah, we need those. Okay. Yeah, we got a little bit of Doggo s'more action. I think that's what maybe Bean could be holding. Oh, actually, Matt, you opening a can? What are you doing? Hope you're not drinking on the job, bud. It's a Coca-Cola. All right. A little tinny on a Friday. I'm putting a mug in Bean's hand. I think that he's maybe a bit. He's had too many s'mores. A few too many. We'll give him a little bag. Bean is in charge of the marshmallows. Marshmallows. There you go, just in case. I probably should have drawn them. Anyway, I'll put another pumpkin a little bit closer here so we all know where we are. And yeah, the easiest way to draw a pumpkin is to just sort of imagine a deflated basketball and go from there. And pumpkins are great. I don't know if you ever spend some time looking at a pumpkin patch. They're all different. So if you make one which is a little bit funny looking, it doesn't matter too much. Cool. I think I might want to put one here too. Just over here. And I like these scenes because when you've got space like this, you can really just add in anyone you want. You can move stuff around. Yeah. Yeah, we should put the raccoons in there somewhere. And maybe think about like colouring a bit too, because it's looking a little bit boring. Well, not boring, but it's looking a little bit plain for my liking. Yeah, I know. Right then. So, why don't we move them around there? Put that there.
What do you normally do for colour palettes?
Color palettes. So I've got one. I can actually show you guys. So if I go to this option where you can see my screen, my color palettes are extremely unorganized. So this one, which is called Untitled, is all the different colors for Bean, Kato, Doggo, Nana Bean. So that's Bean's color. That's Doggo's color. That's Kato. And these are the raccoons. Nana Bean's in there somewhere. I'm honestly terrible with it. I still have all the basic like template ones from Procreate. I've not changed them. I'm a bit more specific with brushes. So these are my brushes. This is what I'll use for like sketching. This one I think I downloaded. It's really nice. It's kind of, let me make it a bit bigger. This is really lovely for coloring and whatnot. Let's use Doggo's color because it has this option where whilst I'm coloring I can sort of change how hard I'm pressing on the screen and it'll give me a different shade. So this one's awesome for coloring very quickly and trying to make something look 3D. And then line work wise, I'll do a lot with Studio Pen, which is that one there. I like a little bit of like a shake on it, so it's not just like a super tough line. And so yeah, so you could imagine a Doggo here which has been a bit squished, but yeah, anyway. That's a bit, I'll get rid of that now, sorry guys. Some what do you call that? Anyway, I won't go there. Cool. So those are my brushes, and I think what we'll do now is we'll just add a few more characters in, and get the scene looking pretty nice, and then think about like where do we want to put the color, what are we doing for the background, and yeah, go from there. So I'm drawing in Kato now. She's got a little bit of beanie action going. Maybe actually she might be standing up. I think I might do a raccoon over there. I think Kato could be all right here, and I think she'll be holding 2 marshmallows because she's hungry. Yeah. Oh, it does a bit. Yeah. That was unintentional. That's cool. Yeah, the landscape looks kind of like a pumpkin. Maybe I should do that. Is that a bit too much? If that's too much. No. You've got to weave the fine line between the abstract and the reality. So yeah. Right, Kato should be looking at the fire. She's hyped. And if you haven't noticed, drawing Kato and Doggo is pretty similar, except I just put some ears and change the eyes and stuff. But yeah, she's got her tail going crazy. Ooh, I think Doggo's my favorite to draw. Yeah. I think that. Oh, that was a question from Tiny Joys. Shouts out. I like drawing Bean, but drawing Kato and Doggo is so easy because they're just like, you don't have to worry about fingers, you don't have to worry about anything like that. They're just they've just got little nubbins. And Doggo's the best because Doggo's coloring is a lot easier than Bean and Kato because I don't have to worry about like the eye color and whatnot. And I'm not just saying that to be like, oh yeah, they're my favorite because they're the easiest to draw. But when you do a lot of animation, and you have to draw like 100 frames for something, it's you get favorites just by who's the easiest to do. So, but yeah. So how are we feeling about that Kato? I don't know. She's looking a little bit aggressive. I might tone down the expression a bit. Yeah, that's okay. Ah, sweet. Wow. There's a ton of people in here. Thank you guys for showing up. Who said Gorilla Bean? I don't know. I don't know. We might have to do that as a little. Might put him over here. Ooh, inspiration for drawing. That's a good one. I have a bunch of inspirations, so I wouldn't say just specifically one person. I grew up on SpongeBob and Adventure Time, so Pendleton Ward and Steven Hillenburg, huge inspirations. And then like Hayao Miyazaki is the go-to. I feel like that's like everyone says Hayao, but it's true. He's just he's the goat. We're from Studio Ghibli, and yeah, I think those people really inspire me because of how sort of committed they are and how much they have pushed the industry and tried to make it something new. And I think it really shows in my work that like maybe sometimes I feel like I'm just like copying what they've done, but I think it's really like the inspiration is on an aesthetic level there, but also just I really enjoy their work and process. And yeah, I think it's important to have like big inspirations, but sometimes you don't want to get too close to all of them because it's like then it starts showing up in your work and whatnot. One of my biggest inspirations is Berserk and gosh, I forgot his name, Kentaro Miura. I think that he was, rest in peace, but he is a huge inspiration. And if you haven't read Berserk, you should definitely read it. It was just, it's an incredible story, and the amount of effort and sort of dedication he had to his work was astounding. And I think that there won't be anyone else who really makes something like Berserk for a very long time. I think that who's the guy who did Chainsaw Man? That's also brilliant. I watched was it Look Back, It's like a little short film, but that was incredible. Anyway, I'm rambling. Is Kato based on a real cat? See, that's tricky because I would say Doggo is based on a real cat. A Kato is a bit more like a dog, and then Doggo is a bit more like a cat. So, I envisioned Doggo based on my my childhood cat Tibbles growing up, who's actually tattooed on my arm. You can probably see it in the video. But she died unfortunately. She was super old though, but I love Tibbles very much, and Tibbles had the exact temperament of Doggo, which is sort of indifferent, I guess, and very, very chill, but isn't afraid to, you know, bite and whatnot if you get a bit too close. And I respected that about Tibbles. I thought, you know, that's a good way to live. You know, you don't have to always be running around and whatnot. So yeah, I think Doggo, the inspiration for Doggo definitely came from there. For Kato, I just wanted a character because Kato came a bit later after Doggo. I've said those names too many times. But the idea was to create a character who was a bit of an antithesis to Doggo's stoic demeanor, and Kato is meant to be a little bit more lively and erratic, maybe you could say. But we've got by the way, I'm drawing all the mice here, and they're having some s'mores too. They look a bit big, to be honest. They look we've had a few too many, I think. Yeah. Should I change that? Should I make them a bit nicer? There we go. There we go. Oh, this is nicer now. Yeah. Yeah. Nice. Oh yeah, let's get Nana Bean in there. Yeah. Where should she go? I think that would be cute if Nana Bean was sort of behind Bean there. Yeah. It's always hard to get the scale right with Nana Bean because she's actually like the same height as Bean, but so yeah, she could be, yeah. I think I might just put her standing. She's ready to go. She's like, we gotta be back in time for casualty. Yeah, there's Nana Bean. Oh yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, the process for drawing Nana Bean is, again, not so many curves, but more just circles. So she's got like a spiral little hairdo thing. She's got the big oval face, and then the little babushka number that just goes there. So I'll pop her there. And you know what's cool is we can always move stuff around. We're not super limited in terms of space and whatnot. So I'll probably, you know, this might get moved around a little bit again. I think she's looking a little bit too big, I think. Let me just crop her down. Sorry, Nana. I gotta check my posture too, because I can feel my back going. Super duper. Yeah. Yeah, Bean and Beanette. I think that's some lore we've got to get into. I made Beanette because I thought that it would be nice to see Bean in that different, you know, trying to navigate love and whatnot. So Beanette is definitely Bean's girlfriend. But it's not meant to be like suddenly aging up all the characters, so it's sort of a fine line. Yeah, I'm trying to think about like the general lore of Bean, because I'm terrible for it, because I'll just start like making something one way and then immediately regretting it, or not regretting it, but trying to like work the lore back into it after the fact, and that's it's probably not the best way to go. But yeah, I think that we'll work that into some sort of animation or comic. Just to give you guys some context too, we've been working really hard on a doggo backstory animation, which is going to be about 4 or 5 minutes long. And it'd be really cool to show you guys a little bit of it at the end of the stream. I don't know if we'll have time, but it's been a work in progress for almost 2 years, so, which sounds terrible to say. And it's not like I've been working flat out on that for 2 years, but it's just sort of been off and on. And it's hard with a big project because we've got obligations to post and do different things and whatnot. And so it's really tough finding the time, but we found some time and we want to make it happen. Yeah, so we'll be working on that. And that should hopefully be coming out, part 1 of it. So we're going to post 2 minutes of it on Instagram next week. And then hopefully get the rest of it out by the end of the month and put it up on YouTube. I think that'll probably be the best way to do. What's up, Matt? We got a little bit of noise outside. They're kind of yapping a bit. Sorry. Oh, whoa, we got our first donation. Oh, nice. Okay. Whoa, I didn't know we had that going. Yeah. Okay, so shouts out to TFC? My eyes. Love you, Hazza. Bring back Leo Distinky. You the best. Oh, thank you, bro. That's incredible. Yeah, Leonardo Distinky will return. I promise. We might even put him in this one because you donated. That's very cool. That's so cool. Oh man, I've got a feeling I know who that was, but I won't say. I will keep them anonymous. Actually, no, maybe I don't. I'm not sure. I know a certain person who's a big fan of the big museum animation, and that's like another example of one which just took forever to do. That one was that one was crazy. How long does it take you to take for one drawing usually? Well, you guys are finding out in real time. I think this one is taking a little bit longer because I'm yapping. But that was confirmation. Thank you for that. You know who you are. God bless. So yeah, usually for something like this, I would say it would take a few hours. I don't know how long we'll keep going on this one, but I'm enjoying it. I like drawing this scene, and it's nice to do something a little bit like seasonal and not super complicated. Like, I'm not going to overdo it, but yeah, I think it's I'll put a little raccoon in here. I definitely think that anything with water in it takes way too long because I'm not very good at drawing water. Anything which is too colorful or has like a lot going on in it takes longer. If it's like an indoor shot, that might take like a few hours, but if it's a big sort of outdoorsy shot, that really drags on. But it's never a chore, I'm never counting the minutes. I love, and I'm very fortunate to have the job that I do. And yeah, I don't try and trivialize it or make it like, I don't know, maybe I focus on time a bit too much when time spent drawing is time well spent. So yeah, right, so we've got the mice, we've got one raccoon, and we've got Kato, and they're all having s'mores by the pumpkins. Should I move this and sort of center them a little bit more maybe? I'll bring it down a little bit. Okay. Yeah, that sounds fair. I think having her standing in the back is not very fair. Okay, right, let me do that. Who was that who said that? Fanto. Fanto or Fan? Oh, Fangto. Shouts out to Fangto. I think that you're onto something. Right then. Yeah, let's put Nana Bean on a pumpkin. I'm gonna put her hand back down there. Let's see if this works. It's not a big deal if it looks a bit weird. But yeah, I think we're gonna have to change the scale of that pumpkin. Or maybe bring it out a little bit. Like maybe, actually, we should put Nana facing the other way. So she's sort of facing into the crowd. Yeah. Oh, there's Matt in the shop. There we go. Voila. We're actually in an office at the moment. I know it looks, actually it doesn't look that cozy. You can't really see anything, to be honest, on the stream. But, pardon? Yeah, we'll do a little tour of the office soon. The idea was to like get a little office set up so that we can have a dedicated space for streaming, and just, you know, a bit more of like a dedicated environment. But obviously other people work in the office, and it can get a little bit noisy. So I think I think Matt might have gone out to ask people to be a bit quieter. It is Friday though, and it is midday, so you can't ask for too much. So if there is a little bit of that, we apologize. I think in the future we're going to try and do it a bit later. So we're actually going to do a stream at a more appropriate hour of like 7, 8, and that way we're not, you know, really. I don't really like Nana in that shot, to be honest. I'm just gonna delete. Sorry, I was getting carried away. Yeah, I think that's a good move. Well, the problem is if I move Kato now, then she's not going to be roasting these marshmallows too effectively, because she'd be too far away. I could go like that, and then let's put the pumpkin here, maybe. I think that's all right. Voila. Cool. And then Nana's not gone forever. She's coming back. Don't worry. Voila. Okay, let's see if this is any good. Bada bang. So we've got a little bit of Nana action there, but sorry guys, I gotta lock in. Nana's face is looking super weird right now. What was that in Bean Chat? Oh, the prompt has ended. She looks like she's got some posture issues, so I'm gonna move that around. Okay. How are we doing on the audio mix, Matt? Is it okay? Cool. Yeah, we're like trial and erroring this a bit because it's our first go at it. So yeah, apologies if there's any issues, but I think it's going okay. I think it's all right. What are people saying? I'll have a look at a chat. I want to be like Bean for real. Me too, bro. Why the dog has a mustache, bro? It haunts me. That dog haunts me. Me too. Exactly. So the doggo animation I was talking about is all about the backstory of Doggo's mustache, and I'm actually very, very excited for you guys to watch it, because it's very elaborate, I'm not gonna lie, and it goes back a few years, and it not only provides context on the mustache, but a little bit of like how Doggo ended up in the Bean crew, and all of that too. So it's really fun. It's been an idea that I wanted to make for ages, and I remember when I first wrote it, I was like, let's just sort of sit on it for a minute and see how I feel, because once you've baked in context, it's really hard to undo that, and you also want to do it justice. So I didn't want to rush it, and I wanted to see how I felt about it, like after a month or so. And that idea never left. I was always like, oh, that's one I need to do immediately, or as soon as I have the time to do it. I think that it really helps paint a picture of where Doggo's character's coming from. I think it really ties it together, and it's a sweet story too. It might be a little bit sad at times, but overall it's probably one of the most wholesome animations we've done. So I'm super excited for that one, and I hope you guys like it. And the mystery of Doggo's mustache won't be a mystery for long, so you have that to look forward to. What else are people saying? Frog marshmallows. Where are they at? I don't see frog marshmallows. Oh, it does. Oh, I see it now. I'll finish it off. Don't worry about it. There we go. Frogs have little tails too. I'll put that in. Yeah, I'll do that. I'm notoriously terrible for. Apparently, I can accidentally draw frogs, but intentionally drawing frogs is quite tricky for me, because they're deceptively put together. I don't really understand them. Right, let's give it a go. Okay, got a little leg. Wow, I don't know. How's that? Okay. Part of Kato's marshmallow is missing. Oh, jeez. Oh, thank you for that. Spotted. Yeah, this one's gonna be rough. Don't worry about it. Yeah. They're both gonna be very on fire, I promise. Yeah. I don't think Kato's done this before. I think this is her first marshmallow rodeo. Yeah. Okay. I feel like the frog should have a marshmallow too. Maybe just sort of like there. Alright. That's cool. That's cool. I'm gonna put a raccoon in the corner here, just to fill out the space a bit. Maybe we have sort of the edge of a pumpkin, a big pumpkin here. What is it? Oh, I haven't even looked at that, bro. I'm too afraid of that area. I don't wanna. Let's see. Right. Yeah. What should we put on the right hand side of this image? Should we? If it's gonna be like a desktop, sometimes it's nice to have a free bit of area in the picture. Yeah. So you're not like constantly like having a. Things aren't too distracting. Yeah. But I don't know, maybe I'm thinking we put like a little bit of, well, we just finished the pumpkin patch. Maybe a scarecrow could be good. Right, so let's see. So... Yeah. Yeah, for sure. You could have a little barn in the back, maybe. Yeah, barn in the back, and we don't give a darn, right? Okay, I love the barn from Walking Dead season 2 in the back, and yeah, that's a. Then I'll go to yeah, I'll get bad looks for that one too. Oh, I forgot. That's a great. I love that season. No, that's the other meme where he goes, whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah. Yeah, John Bernthal. He's great in it. Yeah. Oh, good on him, man. Didn't really. Was he onto the barn? I can't. I can't remember the plot. Was he like, there's something going on in the barn,
Yeah.
and then everyone was like, no, there's nothing wrong with the barn. And then he finds it, and then and he gets mad with Rick as well over some family drama. Yeah. Anyway. Okay, so. Ooh, favorite Halloween movies. I'm a big Alien fan. I love Alien 1 and 2. And they're not exclusively Halloween, but I like to watch those at Halloween, especially Alien. I think Ridley Scott back in the day was a pretty good director, and it's just iconic. It's sort of a comfort film at this point. When I was a kid, I grew up watching the really old Goosebumps episodes, and sometimes at Halloween I like to put those on. There was that one. This might be a bit of a deep cut, but there was that one episode with the girl who she gets clowned because she's not very scary, and so all of her friends are like, "Oh, you're like not super scary," kind of making fun of her. So she goes to this like really messed up Halloween costume shop, and this guy who looks like Voldemort sort of comes out, and he's like, "You looking for a mask?" And and she's like, she picks the scariest one, and he's like, "Oh, you can't buy that one," even though it's in the shop and like readily available. He's like, "No, you're not having that one, bud." And then later on, she breaks into the shop and steals the mask, puts it on, and of course the mask has like evil spirit powers, so it clings to her face, and she gets stuck in this mask. And I was like 5 years old when I watched this. It's on Nickelodeon, like it's not like I've gone out my way to watch this thing, but it was so scary. It freaked me out, and ever since then I was like, for Halloween I'll never wear anything which involves like having a full-on mask, because oh man, it was too much. Yo, Goosebumps was an amazing show. It was great, honestly. It was pretty brilliant, and I think that it definitely did bits for my imagination as a child, but some of it probably could have been left out. I love the Meat Canyon videos where he sort of deep dives the different Goosebumps episodes. I think he watched like all of them back to back, and some of those were really, really questionable. But a lot of famous actors got started in Goosebumps. Like, it's one of these where like Ryan Gosling will randomly show up, and you're just like, oh wow, okay. So that's where he started his career. It's like Lady Gaga starting in Sopranos when she was like 13, I think. You gotta, honestly, you never know. You never know. And shouts out to Goosebumps for putting on Ryan Gosling. Well, I have a different opinion on The Mask for... I'm not a huge Jim Carrey fan, so... I really like him in Truman Show, but that's when he probably plays like the most normal character. Oh shoot, sorry, these guys have been disappeared for a while. There we go, they're back. Everyone's back, it's fine. I'm not a huge fan of Jim Carrey. I find that The Mask is like way too much for me, unfortunately. I wish I was a fan, because and to be completely candid, I've only ever seen clips. I've never fully watched it, but it's sort of it's the type of film which it gives me a little bit of like a gross out. I'm just do I want to do an hour and a half of this? Probably not. So what are you guys' favorite Halloween movie to go to? What you like? Edward Scissorhands? Yeah. Coraline's a classic too. Edward Scissorhands is great. Is it because I kind of feel like that's a Christmas film.
It's like mixed.
Yeah, Tim Burton does that a lot. He loves a Halloween / Christmas classic. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Edward Scissorhands. Right, so back on track. What do you guys think of the pumpkin patch? Is it okay? Is it okay? All right, cool. We've got a mint from Matt. That's the, what was it, bear bean? Was it Sasquatch bean? I think someone said put in Bigfoot bean, and so I've drawn him in the back there. I think we should probably have a Scarecrow as well, who's gonna take a bit of center stage. What should the Scarecrow be looking like? Just regular, or should he have a little bit of style? These are the questions that keep me up at night. Is do you put a little bit of a little flex on the Scarecrow? I don't know. Well, they're meant to be scary. Oh, yeah, the Scarecrow should actually be like a cool dude. Yeah, he got the crows. Right, let's do that then. They don't really have like a cloak going on, don't they? They kind of have like a belt usually. They're sort of filled with hay. Right, let's do that. And I think let's put some crows on him too. This has got to be like pretty tiny for you guys, so I hope you can still see the detail on him. Cool. Yeah, we'll put a little crow on him. Well, it shouldn't be up to the audience to zoom. I should maybe try and do that myself.
Yeah, you can zoom. People can zoom.
Oh, cool. Okay, nice. Voila. As you can tell, I'm not great at drawing birds. There's like a few things I really can't draw, and birds are one of them. Voila. Okay. The easiest animal to draw? I don't know. Probably a mouse. Mice are pretty easy because they're just big ears, for me at least. Big ears, and oh man, I like trying to draw a cat, like how a cat walks is, it's tough. It's that's why like a lot of the time you look at how Kato walks in the animations, it's really like that's not how a cat moves. I'm just kind of guessing and hoping for the best. That is really the epitome of being an illustrator or animator. You just hope for the best and hope that no one notices a lot of these things. But yeah, what do you?
What's your favorite book series?
Ooh, favorite book series? Probably Lord of the Rings. I remember reading The Hobbit when I was about 12, and then it just immediately after that I binged all of the Lord of the Rings, and I'll make a big effort to try and watch like all the films back to back at least every like 3 months, much to Izzy's chagrin. But I love them. I love them so much, and I think when you grow up in the UK, it's very baked into you. But Tolkien is just incredible, and I would encourage you, if you've never really been a big reader but you want to get into a series, like Lord of the Rings is great because it's just a classic and it's so fun to read. It's really, and The Hobbit's the best place to start because that really sets the tone and it's like not too much of a lift. But yeah, they're great. And then once you know everything in the books and then go and watch the films plural, oh man, like most of the time when I'm drawing, I'll usually have some sort of YouTube essay video on Lord of the Rings going. I'm a big fan, and I think the Hobbit films I wasn't a huge fan of, but the classic, 2001, oof, it was good. It was a good time. I remember having like little action figures when I was a kid, of all the Legolasses and Aragorns, and they had little plastic swords, and I'd like nibble on them. But yeah, that was a good time. Right. How are we feeling about this scene? It's either a little Among Us or it's a little Boo Boo. I'll put a little Among Us in there. This is an old meme, guys. Come on. Yeah. I think I know how to. I'll just put an Among Us in there. Let's do it. Do they have like an actual name, or is it just are they just known as that? Okay. Right, there we go. Yeah, that's sweet. That's kind of how they look, a little bit. I don't know. He's a bit big. Maybe a bit small. Yeah. Bum 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 ba-da-dum. Mhm. Oh. Yeah, Skullduggery Pleasant. Yeah. Oh, no, I remember that. Well, I remember they had those books in school, and so it was either like that, Horrible Histories, or Skullduggery Pleasant. That was like the experience of being a kid in the mid 2000s in a UK primary school. I remember Skullduggery Pleasant though. I never really read it. I think there was like this like sort of cowboy looking skull dude on the cover. And I always felt like it was too cool for me to read. And it was like, and the name too was like, it was very jazzy. Yeah, it was. Wow, that was a deep cut. But yeah, I do remember that. Was that actually good then? Did you enjoy that? What did you say about it? Let me find it. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's one of those that sort of like slipped through the cracks. I remember it's the Chronicles of Narnia popular in the US, because I read those as a kid too, and obviously that was the films, but yeah, I loved those. That was a Disney. Matt's like big keyboard energy at the moment, trying to track down these these books. Oh, he's leaving. Where's he at? Okay guys, I need to go. Hope the stream can be uploaded as a video. Have a nice one and a pleasant weekend. Thank you, Claudio, and thank you for being the first dude in here. I really appreciate that. We're going to be uploading these as a VOD. So anyone who is checked in now but has to check out in a little bit, that's fine. They'll be available to watch afterwards. I'm a bit worried about, like, is it gonna be a bit too spammy on the main YouTube to have all the videos up there? But I think for now, like, it's pretty fun going, and yeah. Oh, we've been going for an hour. Wow. Holy moly. That's awesome. Wow. I was really worried about this stream, I'm not gonna lie. Not that I was worried about, like, you know, how it would go. I mean, it's a test, and it's just something fun to do. But I was just worried that I was like gonna lose the ability to draw before even like going live, and I was getting really stressy, and I think Matt felt that a bit, but I'm sorry, bud. Yeah, sometimes the drawing can really elude you, and it's just an uphill battle. I think I struggled for a minute with Nana, but she sort of came around, so that's chill. Her eyes are definitely way too far apart though, so let's fix that. Was that your Meg? Okay, shouts out Meg. Should Bean have a scarf? Can I make that a poll? Yeah. Start a poll. Should we give Bean a scarf? Question mark. The Bean plushie is kind of in the way, so it's hard for me to type, but oh yeah, should we give Bean a scarf? Awesome. Okay, so you guys can now go and vote. I think that's a unanimous yes then. Okay. Right. I might have to make Bean.
You might have to make it pop.
Yeah, I don't think a scarf would fit. He doesn't really have a neck, to be honest. I feel so. Anytime there's a character flaw with these guys, I feel so responsible because they're kind of like, you know, I made them this way, and it's unfortunate. Anyway, I hope Ollie Graham's still listening because we're gonna need some new music eventually. It's like nice. It's like okay background music, but maybe next stream we should like put something else on. We've been working on a new album too, and honestly, that probably balls in my park on that one because I need to finish up some visuals to go with it. But yeah, hopefully that one will be ready pretty soon. I'm trying to work out like how would Bean have this scarf, and what we're gonna have to do colors and everything in a bit too. Wow. Oh, this is really fun. I'm actually I feel like I'm actually like better at drawing with you guys here than not. So maybe I'll just do this every day. It's slower, but the quality is better because you guys notice all of the stuff I'm too like in the moment to see. Like Kato would still be looking like super evil right now. That's fun. I like this one. I really like it. So yeah, let's just get going with coloring. Let's do a little outline of colors just so we're not staring at white. So my color process is I'll usually pick one central color to sort of work from, and I'll show you guys this. So yeah, I'll usually load it into a layer underneath, and then you could even just do the background layer. So I like we want to go for like an autumnal yellow, maybe sort of a sunset vibe, a little bit pink. Yeah, that's cool. I like that. And then it's just going to be light enough to be the sky, but like not super dark as to like clash with the muddy field. So cool. So let's now add in a little bit of a darker brown tone to do the majority of this sort of sitting area. And actually I'm going to switch the brush up. Ooh, who was that? Ooh, shouts out to Dorothy. We appreciate you coming through. I think that it's, yeah, I don't really know how long to stream for, to be honest. I'm kind of winging it, but I'm just going to go probably until it's actually done. And I apologize if it takes a while. I'll speed up a little bit, but and Friday is not a good day to stream. Or maybe it is, I'm not sure, because I feel like people are doing a lot. But anyway, yeah, thank you for coming through. I really appreciate it. I appreciate all you guys for hopping in. I'm very excited about this. I think it's going to be like something really nice to do once a week, twice a week maybe. And I was also thinking as well, like, should it be interactive like this, or could it even be like just, oh, I'm drawing, you know, doing some animation work, and you guys can just hang out in the chat. Like that would be really fun too, I think. It might be, I don't know, I do like the engagement, and I like having you guys involved in the process. It's like, it's weird. I feel like I've like unlocked a new mode of work. It's like, I don't know if that makes sense, but if you've always sort of worked just by yourself and never really had like in the moment feedback, it's a fun experience. I like it. Cool. So I'm adding in the mud now. It's getting very muddy, but I'm hoping that by drawing in, you know, some of the trees now and then the pumpkins, we're gonna get some more color in there. Yeah, it kind of looks like they're on like top of a brown ice cream. Like it's kind of been half scooped out. Thank you Linky, for saying you're doing great, man. I appreciate that. Thank you. I work at a desk job and it's currently 8:30 a.m. Super enjoy listening and watching in the background. Thank you so much, Jess. I appreciate that. And yeah, that's kind of the idea. Is like if you're just working away and you need something in the background, like I'll shut up. If you guys just want to listen to the tunes, that's cool too. But yeah, I like it. I mean, when I work and you know I'll probably spend like 8 hours a day just doing this literally, and I'll always have like a little video or something going on, and yeah, it's nice. It kind of, desk jobs can be really lonely, and it is nice to sometimes have someone yapping just to take your mind off the unpleasantness at hand. Not that this work is unpleasant, it's very enjoyable, but you know, sometimes your boy's got to do taxes and stuff, and yeah. Sweet. So I'm thinking like we should probably have some green in there for the trees too. There we go. And this brush is so good because it's just, I feel like I'm advertising this brush. I'm not, but it's cool because I can just like lightly brush away and it doesn't go like full block mode. And I can even like, I don't know if you can tell there, but if I push down a bit harder on it, then it goes a bit lighter, so I can start to get an idea of like where the light is going to come from in the scene. Yeah, okay, that's pretty cool. We don't want to do too many of those like Christmas trees. I think it'd be nice to maybe switch it up. So yeah. Oh no, let's go for a different color. Let's do this. Yeah, that's nice. I think a little bit of orange, a little bit of red. Yeah, that's gonna be cool. And coloring is weird because I think maybe this is just my style, but if you go too much off, and I've fallen into this habit before, but if you go too much off, like just, you look at a scene in real life or like look out the window and try and draw it as it is, sometimes the colors just look way worse. You kind of want to be a bit more liberal and a little bit more like unrealistic with the colors, and really think about like how the scene is actually all tying together. That's definitely not a Hayao Miyazaki rule, because he be studying the actual real life, but I don't have the patience for that. I'm sorry. So things are gonna be unrealistic. But yeah, and these trees are kind of looking a little bit more like the pumpkins, kind of giving that vibe because they got the orange and the green. I am a little bit colorblind, just so if I'm saying a color and thinking it's one way and then it's like actually not that color, I'm sorry. But hopefully it still makes sense. Hopefully it all comes together in the end, guys. Let's let's find out. And and now to draw 1,000 pumpkins. Oh yeah. That's gonna be fun. Yeah, I'll mix it up. I'll kind of do it, if anyone's used oil paints before, they know what's up. So what I'm gonna do is start with some darker orange and then build up from there, and that way it feels a bit more natural the way you paint it. I don't know if that makes sense, but this brush that I'm using sort of follows very similar rules to that same process. Oh, we do? Wow. Okay. Shout out to Joyshkov. Thank you very much for the donation. I really appreciate that. No message either, just a big old red heart. Appreciate that. I'll try and read chat as well too, but my eyes are a little bit preoccupied at the moment. Whatever you feel like, man, it's nice to listen to you and interact, and it's also nice to watch and listen to music. Oh, you guys are super nice. You guys are like, I'm overthinking this, and I appreciate you guys being patient with me. That's so cool. Thank you so much. Yeah, so we're gonna be putting in some color now on the pumpkins. I'm starting off with the really simple big ones because I'm a little bit terrified about the rest of them. That's a lot of pumpkins. This is a.
So like if you've ever got onto a pumpkin patch, you can get some pumpkins that have green. So
Oh.
different colours.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
They could, with the pumpkin field, they make them different colours and stuff.
That is true. Yeah. Pumpkins are. They're not just orange. You've got a couple of yellow ones in there. You got a couple of green ones. I don't know. I might even. Yeah, I might put a little purple one in there. We'll see. That's cool. Matt says the shading's satisfying. Well, that's all right. Yeah, this is my favorite part for sure. I think that what I'll do now for the sake of time is make a pretty close version of how it's gonna look, but still working from the sketch, and then I'll do some final line work maybe this evening, or maybe I'll just keep going. But the line work can take a while, so I didn't want to just like go straight to the line work and have you guys miss out on that. So yeah, we're now gonna color in 1,000 pumpkins. So hope you guys enjoy this.
Can you upload it direct to the bean chat?
Ooh,
When it's done?
yes I can. Yeah, I'm gonna be uploading it in HD to Bean Chat. So shouts out to the Bean Chat members. I've only really advertised it to you guys as well. So hopefully it's just like the core crew hanging out today. So you guys will get this wallpaper in HD. I'm making it in like a pretty large format too, so hopefully I can crop it down to a few different sizes.
Yeah, Erin said there's white and green pumpkins too.
There's white. Oh yeah, there are. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Green ones.
Mhm. We're gonna need some. Oh my goodness. Izzy just showed me a whole. That's a lot. That's too many. Oh no. Okay. I feel like I'm being very indiscriminate with or discriminate with these pumpkins. Right, so I'm gonna do a rough orange pumpkin patch to start off with, but then afterwards I will go back and change the colors on them. I'm just trying to get like a good fill to work from now, because this isn't a new layer, so it's not really gonna be too affected by the background layer and whatnot. So yeah, let me do that real quick. Nice. And how are we feeling about the rest of the scene? Is there anything I'm maybe missing or should think about adding? I know I've kind of left out the clouds, and I don't really know what to do with the sun yet. Autumn's a really tricky one because yeah, well, it will be like maybe not nighttime, but it'll be a little bit dusky, I think. Yeah. You could go a little bit. Not too spooky. Matt, is this going to be your wallpaper in a minute? Okay. Alright, I'm making this one for you, bud. Yeah, let's have a think about what color the sky should be, guys. I'm enlisting your aid once again. Falling leaves. Oh my goodness. Okay. See, that's what I miss out on, like the actual the main thing. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Yeah. So we got to put some leaves in here for sure. I'm thinking.
there's some like there's little cushions that like doggos sit on.
Yeah, you could do that. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe a few leaves in the foreground would be good. Okay. Wow, we're almost at 1,000 views on this stream, which is nuts. Thank you guys so much. And if you guys have any ideas for like what we should do in the future in terms of live stream, like that would be really cool. Maybe we talk about that in Bean Chat on Instagram in a bit. But yeah, okay. Let's do some. What color should we go? Should we go green? I think they're kind of like this. Oh, they're gonna be tricky. I don't know. It's like a dark green, right?
What?
The pumpkins are like a dark green. Or is it like a mix?
Yeah, it's like a dark green.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like a cucumber.
Yeah, see, this is...
So I guess like this. But then it's like.
Oh.
Let me just try that.
I'm gonna...
Do like one or
I'm gonna be a little bit exclusionary, I think, on the. They're a little bit tough. I don't know. I don't know if I can do a green one. Sorry, guys. Oh, they're really cute though. Oh man. Okay. Yeah. Right. We'll find a way. We'll make it happen. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. That's cool. Yeah, yeah.
That's a sick idea. Someone said weather. Caroline R said weather vane on the top of the barn. You know those little like things you have a chicken on and they go.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. Shoot. Yeah. Before I forget that, let me draw that in. Who was that said that?
Caroline R.
Thank you, Caroline. You are smarter than me. That's lovely, right? Is that okay? It's like a little bird sort of sign, and then they have it's like a north and south on them a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a little bit too big, actually. Hang on. Voila. Yeah, yeah, they've got the arrow. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we'll find a way to put some chickens in there. So it's cool. I like to, like, halfway through kind of look at it without the lines and just sort of see where the balance is on the color. Right now it looks like a chocolate ice cream with sprinkles on top. but yeah, let's do the barn, I think, in a minute. And then maybe also, I think that one looks a bit strange. So I'll do a whitish pumpkin maybe over here. But they're not just like straight up white. They've got like a little bit of like shading on them. So there we go. All right. Okay, we'll make it work. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Super duper. Yeah. So we're in Wales at the moment in the UK, and I think we've got a few pumpkin patches to visit. I know there's a few. I've never been. This sounds terrible. I'm drawing from just sort of public knowledge, but I've never been myself to a pumpkin patch. I've done strawberry picking. I've done the corn maze, but a pumpkin patch has eluded me, and that's definitely one to do this year, I think. Yeah, oh, for sure. So with the barn, I think I'm gonna make the roof a little bit darker, and then typically there's some kind of white on the front. But I'm not gonna use like actual white. I'm gonna go a little bit more of like a neutral, sort of warm white, maybe a bit more pinky. I don't know if that looks a bit weird, to be honest. I'm not a huge fan of that. Would it be wood color? Yeah, white door, brown roof. Wait, let me Google it. Barn. Boop. Oh, that's completely wrong. Okay, yeah. So they're all red, but they've got a sort of metal top, don't they? Right then. Let's add that in. Oh, I think that's better. Who was that? Who said that? Aratastico. So Aratastico said that he or she went to a pumpkin patch in Nottingham, and it just seemed like they plopped them in the field. Yeah, I mean Nottingham Forest, Nottingham Field. I don't think I've ever been to Nottingham either. So I've never actually been to a pumpkin patch or Nottingham, and that's a crying shame. But yeah, I do wonder, because it's become a little bit of a thing now to, like, pumpkin patches aren't super authentic. I think that someone's probably getting away with it, and that's not right. And they'll find out next year when the turnout is lower. They know why. It's because they've deceived the public, and that's unfair. Yeah, they are pretty cool though. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Maybe just the doors. Yeah, true. Yeah. Yeah. Ooh. I'm trying to get a mental image. I'm really struggling with this roof, to be honest. I think it's either too dark or too bright. I can't get it. Let's do. Maybe it's honestly it's not helping. I don't think so. No, I think most of them are sort of tin metal.
That works, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I think I'll just make it a little bit more two-tone, so it's not too. Yeah. Okay. All right. We'll be moving on from the barn very shortly, guys. And at this point, I'm not really doing any shading. Really, I'm just kind of trying to find the base colors to then work from. I think that's usually how I like to do it. I don't really like to. If you sort of bake the shading in as you go, then it can look really inconsistent in the final thing, because you can't like adjust them at the same time and whatnot. So yeah, I think I'll worry about that a little bit later, but cool. All right, I'm happy with that. Let's move on. I'll do a little bit of foliage, and let's think about the sunset. Ooh, and the Scarecrow. Let's get him going. And the Scarecrow's crow mates. Voila. Oh. Yeah, this is fun. Ooh, do I have any tips? It's really tough because, well, the shading on the pumpkin, maybe I'll actually send you guys this link. I'll find a way. Or like DM me afterwards if you're on the stream and you want to use the brush I'm using. Because this brush is actually really good at like baking in the shading and whatnot, or like giving you different tones. In terms of like shading the final thing, I'll try and leave that to the end and kind of like build, like you pick a light source. So for this one, it'll be the sunset in the background, sort of kind of in the middle, I think. And then from that, I'll be like, okay, so if the sun is coming this way, then I can expect that the shade's going to hit on this side. And then I'll do the dark sort of shade first. I typically use like a dark blue instead of just a black shade, because I find that black shade can kind of look a little bit like artificial. And a blue shade is just, it's a bit, I don't know, it's got a little bit more going for it. So I'll tend to do that. I'll show you guys right now, actually. So let's do this sunset. Oh boy. Okay, that's absolutely the wrong color. Right, let's do that. I missed the tree. Oh shoot, I did actually. Right, who was that? Agatai 2. Thank you. You're keeping me accountable. Thank you. I appreciate that. No tree left behind. Lovely. Right. Okay. So back to it. Let's get this little sunset going. I don't really want to have it like the sun be too prominent. I think maybe flip it so that it kind of balances out, with the hills are sort of coming from the right to the left, and then the sun could be going from the left to the right. I think that's nice. We'll wait and see. We can always move stuff around and work it out after the fact. So it's not a big deal. Let's go. Ooh, I kind of like that. A little bit of like a warm reddish. So this is the tricky part now, is you have so many colors to choose from. You could go real dark with it, or you could maybe keep it a little bit more like, I guess the sunset is a little bit more reddy, and then but then I kind of don't like that too much. I might experiment with this pink for a little bit. Yeah, yeah, maybe an orange to purple. Right, let's give it a go. So yeah, if we just like kind of work back from the yellow of the sun, and then this brush is not great for this. Oops. Let's try and do this and see where it goes. Kind of like a Willy Wonka chocolate bar, if you think about it.
Happy Slot says heading out, but I just wanted to say I always love watching animated shorts. You always make me laugh, and many others keep up the great work.
Thank you, Happy Sloth. I appreciate you so much for that. I hope you have a wonderful Friday, and thank you for tuning in. That means a lot. Yeah, this is really fun, and I hope that you guys are enjoying this. It's kind of a nice different break, to be honest. To like finding different ways of engaging with you guys is fun for me. I know that we do a lot of animation and stuff, and that's cool in its own right, because you can really do different stories and whatever and make them fun. But at the same time, it's like sometimes the coolest way to do it is just like directly just have a conversation, and that's a bit harder to do when it's like post an animation and then it's like in the comments, and it's okay. Anyway, I'm making a bit of an orange mess here. I kind of like that. I like it sort of fading out a little bit into the purple, into the pink. What do you guys think in terms of this this background? Is it a little bit too cringy? Is it a little bit like the sun? Or should we maybe tone it down a bit? Matt likes it. Oh, we just hit 1,000 views. Thank you, guys. Matt likes it. I'm not sure as he's too busy eating a yogurt. Okay. Oh, I've got a pot noodle ready, guys. I'm so ready. It's gonna be lunch soon. Well, actually, no, it's almost 3 o'clock. I can't eat that on stream. That's a little bit too bummy for me. It's very pretty. Thank you, Aratesco. Aratestico. My eyes are so bad. I think I'll go with this. I like this. I think maybe making the sun a little bit more neutral. Oh. Yeah. Oh, okay. Interesting. Yeah. Well, let's try it out and let's see. So this is where like Bob Ross couldn't do this stuff. You can just like move the sun out of the way. I kind of like that. That is the sensible thing to do, is to duplicate it and then move it around instead of having to draw it all again. Okay, thanks, Matt. Yeah, it is a pretty big sun, but doesn't the sun get bigger though as it descends on a... I think it does. I think it's like when it's in the middle of the sky, it's very small, and then like it gets bigger. I think that's right. I mean, it doesn't really matter. This is a cartoon. Like, if we're being real, Bean doesn't even have trousers on, so like, yeah. But you are right. We should maybe consider the sun's size. I think that's nice. I think I like that. Let's do something about that cloud outline, because I think we're just going to get rid of it. Yup. Okay. Maybe a little bit more foliage, so we can add like... Oopsie. Oh yeah, 62%. So that's another fun thing with making a very bish-bosh setup for this stream. Is I kind of forgot that this line in for the iPad, so you guys can see the stream, has to be plugged into my laptop, and it's not providing any power. So I have to like fully charge my iPad and then hope to goodness that it doesn't run out. And we're doing okay. It's only on half a percent. So and we've been going for almost 2 hours. So That's all right. That's okay. So we know that we probably got about 3.5, 4 hours. Okay, cool. That's all right with me. I don't mind that. I'm gonna hide these guys again and just take a look at the pumpkin patch. I think I'll leave the leaves falling action to the end. I don't really. I'm too busy to worry about that right now. I think that is something that can come later. But actually, let's just do it. Let's just put some in there. Mix up the colors. I need a brush that alternates colors. I don't know if Procreate does that, but I'm pretty sure that's an option in Photoshop. What do you guys use for drawing? And because I'm assuming you guys are illustrators. Oh, shouts out to Agatai, who's also learning. Everyone is a student. I'm still learning. And that's cool. Yeah, I watch people all the time drawing, and it's I mean, I was trying to learn Blender for ages, and like grease pencil, and oh my goodness, that is I can't even. That was really tough. Yeah, I don't know. It can be like, sometimes it's nice watching someone draw like really well, and then sometimes they're too good, and it's like, oh boy, I've got a long way to go, especially in a software that you don't understand. And Blender is so tough to get into because if no one knows, like Blender's it's like the main 3D software which is free and available for anyone who has a computer, and in principle it should be like really, really good to use, and I'm always thinking it would be great if I knew how to use that, because it might actually speed up workflow and whatnot. But at the same time, every time I try and draw or learn it, I get so overwhelmed and confused, because you kind of have to learn the 3D software first, and then you get to use all of the cool like illustration tools and grease pencil, which I would be like way more comfortable with. Oh shoot, I've been drawing in the wrong layer. So yeah, Blender is a scary one for me, and to be honest, if I never learn it, I'm okay with that. I'm fine with that. I think that it's a steep learning curve, and maybe in the future I'll get some time to really give it some attention, and that would be cool. Maybe we could even do it on stream. I don't know if you guys want to teach me. If anyone knows how to use Blender, give me a message, because I would really appreciate some sort of some tips and tricks. That'd be great.
My kid knows more about digital art than I do. I so enjoy doodling with a pencil and paper now and then.
Yeah.
Because you used to draw people before Ketnipz.
Yeah.
That's how you started.
Yeah, I feel like when you're a kid, it's so much easier to like get into drawing and whatnot, because you're not thinking about like how long it's going to take. Also, you have so much free time. It's ridiculous. But I remember, I would like learn to draw on a digital iPad or, like Cintiq, and it would come so quickly. And then nowadays I'm just like, I'm so afraid. I'm like, oh no, I remember when Procreate dropped their like Procreate Dream software, which is their animation software. And I tried using it for a day, and I couldn't even like make a stick figure. I was so lost, and I was like, I went into like grumpy unk mode, where I was like, oh well, they've made this app way too convoluted and stupid, and got really angry at them. And I think that was unjustified. I think I'm becoming an old man, and I'll just be grumpy. I think that's the way it's gonna be. Sorry guys, but I will make more of an effort to learn and be a student of the arts. Not an illustrator, ex-photographer and photo manipulator, but really appreciate the digital art. Would have gone into it if I had better grades in to get. Thanks for that, Fang Tao. That's awesome. I think photography is really cool. I mean, I know absolutely nothing about it. I used to do like skateboard videos, but that was about it, and they weren't very good. So, yeah. Right. Should we do an outline of the colors for the characters? Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, we've been doing a lot of pumpkin action, so let's move on to that. Right, so let's start off with Bean. These colors, so these are like their base colors, and they're gonna look way too bright at the moment. This is just how they usually look without any shading or any color correction. So when you see it on like a pastel pink background or blue background, Bean will look normal, but right now he's gonna look really lethargic. And we're just gonna have to put up with it for like 2 seconds. This is a really stupid thing that I do, but we're gonna draw Nana Bean now, and I will show you on. I will pop out of this and go to like my iPad screen. But in colors, so Bean has a pink, but then Nana Bean has another pink, and I'm not sure if you can see it, but it's directly underneath the bean pink, and this is getting really convoluted, but it's literally like 2 shades darker, like maybe a half a shade darker, and no one is going to be able to tell. But Nana Bean does have a different color pink, because I I don't know why. I just thought maybe that's an important thing, or maybe it's like something to, I don't know. Or maybe it was something like Nana Bean was the actual pink, and then Bean was a different pink, and then I changed Beans. It doesn't matter. I'm rambling, but anyway, let's do the rest of Nana Bean now. Drawing doesn't have to make sense. It can be as silly as you want, and that's okay. That's why it's fun. So Nana Bean's got the grey hair. She's got a green babushka, which is the little scarf. Yeah. So, yeah. So, oh yeah, maybe we should give Nana a new autumnal look. Maybe we should mix it up. Because she's very Christmassy. The way she dresses is super Christmassy. The only thing I think that is a problem with Nana is her color scheme. I was working it from, it was meant to be like a strawberry, so it's like the red and then the green on top. But then I was like, what do I do for the base? And it's like a blue, so that didn't make any sense. And we're not going to stick with the blue, but I'm just doing it for reference at the moment. I think it would be nice to maybe switch her colors up. She usually has like a yellow shoe action. Give her some small. There we go. Yeah, I think that's like way too. She's not blending at all. She's really standing out. Yeah. She's like a strawberry. Yeah. Yeah, we gotta mix that up. I think that, okay. Pardon? It's cute. I think the blue is a little bit jarring though. Yeah, let's try yellow. Oh, maybe pink. Pink could be the move, actually. Let's try that. Let's give it a go. Ooh, I kind of like that. That's not bad. You know, she's still giving like natural vibes, like, you know, like a fruit vibe. Nana wearing checkered or flannel? Ooh, okay. I tell you what, let's add a little bit of checkered energy. I'm terrible at doing a checkered pattern, but I think that'd be cool to try. Okay. I could do, yeah. I might just do it like this for now and see. This brush is a little bit more forgiving because it kind of lets me do the checkered thing, because it's like the opacity is down a little bit on it. I don't know if that's good. It's a little bit too light. Maybe I need to do like this. Oh, I hate doing a checkered. Oh, I don't like the checkered, and the checkered doesn't like me, but we'll make it happen. That looks kind of funny. I don't know if I'm a big fan of that. Let's get rid of that. Let's do... Yeah. Oh, I'm struggling now. Oh, I'm overthinking it. Oh, for the dress. Yeah, kind of looking like Miss Umbridge from Harry Potter. Yeah. Yeah, Nana's in her Scottish era. Right, let's try that maybe. We could do a little bit of this. Kind of like a strawberry shortcake vibe.
Maybe ask the chat what colour they want the skirt to be.
Yeah, are we feeling the checkered skirt? Cause I'm not sure. What color? Cause I like the pink. I think the pink's cool, but maybe we keep it as a block color. So yeah, I think maybe she's color clashing a bit too much there. I'll probably get rid of the green. Get rid of the green checker for now. But the skirt's okay. I think that's cool. It's kind of like I don't know, a little bit of style. Give her a little bit of flair. Why don't you? Don't fear the fashion. And Nana has a passion for fashion. Oh, that was another idea that we could maybe do is we could make a stream about like dress up Bean, because I don't know if you guys remember, and I haven't done one of these in a while, unfortunately. But I used to do like a dress up Bean type story thing every once in a while, where we would do a big vote on like how to dress Bean and what items, like how we're gonna like mix and match the item and put it together. And usually the theme would be like Bean has to go on a date, or like Bean has to go on a boat cruise or whatever, and we pick the outfit. And I really enjoy doing those, but the problem with them at the moment is just like the amount of work it takes, and then also like for some reason story performance of those really long stories dropped off to the point where it was like so bad. I was like, should I be doing this, or should I find another way to do it? It was still really fun, and I liked it, but it's kind of demoralizing when it's like it doesn't hit the same as it did before, just because they changed the algorithm. And so yeah, I think it'd be really fun to do as a live stream thing, maybe.
Yeah, Caroline said it's like a choose your bean adventure.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that one was cool. That's a classic. Yeah, the Choose Your Bean adventure. There was even the pirate one too. I remember like working on that one, and it took forever, and it kind of went into like Nana was this pirate outlaw, and they had to rescue Nana from the prison, and then little Timmy, who was another character, was like trying to rescue Bean. And then I think I'm really bad with stories. I was like, I don't really know where this one's going, and then I kind of forgot to keep up with it. So if we do a story idea, my mate Halen mentioned that we should maybe do like draw the story as we go, or like kind of decide like almost like doing storyboards, which would be really fun. I think that could be cool. Yeah, like doing, I don't know how that would work, and I feel like that would take a long time, but it would be really nice to have you guys involved in the actual process of making an animation or making a long comic like that. Yeah, that'd be super fun. Oh, who's out? Aratastico, thank you so much for spending time with us. I really appreciate it. Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you everyone for popping in, and also it's really cute that you guys are letting me know when you leave. That's like, I feel like it's like a big club and everyone's like, oh, I gotta go now. But I really like that. That's sweet. Thank you for watching. Yeah, so this one is like definitely we're just working it out on the spot. Like it took us 2 hours to work out how to live stream from OBS to YouTube, but got there in the end. And I think we'll definitely know like, okay, what we want to do for the next one and how to do it. I might be a little bit better at drawing and talking at the same time. That's tough, but yeah, I'm really enjoying this. This is super fun. So yeah, Nana needs to be knitting something. Knitting Nana. That makes sense. Yeah, I always, because this is gonna sound terrible, because I'm quite a lazy illustrator, an animator, I tend to like pick things for Nana to do in a scene, which are not going to be really, really tough in terms of animation. So knitting has always been one that I'm afraid of, because I feel like that's gonna take a whole day to work out like how to do that in an animation, and she might only be doing it for like 2 seconds. But if it doesn't look right, that's one of those things that'll look really, really bad, and it's easier just to give Nana a book and have her like flip 2 pages. But that's not good enough, and I think I need to do better, and we'll do some knitting Nana very, very soon, I promise. Especially as it's getting colder too. She's gonna need some kind of jumper. That babushka's not gonna hold up. Yeah. So I'm giving Doggo a little bit of a green polo. I'm going for green because I think that it matches the orange. Like they kind of balance out a little bit, but maybe we should incorporate some pink too. Yeah. That looks pretty. I don't mind. I think Doggo looks cute in a little pink hat. They all got a little beanie going on. And then of course we got to do this frog. Let's see. I'm gonna give him a little bit of this color. They're gonna look a little bit strange until we've done all of the lighting and shading around the fireplace. So until then, please bear with. But I think they're not bad. Wow. We've been going for 2 hours. Holy moly. That has flown. This is fun. I like this. I don't know, how often should we do these? I mean, maybe once a day is a bit much. That would be that's a bit of a shift, and I do have a job to do, so that might be tricky. But I don't know. I'd be down to do this like maybe 2-3 times a week. That would be fun. I think that's doable. Yeah, like what times are good for you guys? I'll work around you guys. Don't worry about that. I think maybe, and also like maybe not like the day, but what time of day is better, because I know that like if you ask ChatGPT, it'll say like, oh, you've got to do this time of day because that's when most people are online. But I don't really know, because maybe my audience is different to other audiences, and maybe you guys actually want like an early stream or a late stream. I'm working off UK time, so I probably can't like do a stream at 3 a.m. to hit Australia. That's not great for my health. But yeah, you could always watch the VOD afterwards. Like that's you could always do that. Yeah, I don't know. We're working it out. Andrea says, do as often as you feels good for you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I will try and do that. And but okay, that just cleared up everything. Thank you, Andrea. Cool. So that's a very sketchy raccoon there, just hanging out, sort of eyeing up the marshmallows, I think. Let's do Kato now.
You should definitely post the final on the stream, you know, and then
Yeah.
like, you should post 2 in the bean chat. You should post bits when it's finished rough draft, and then
Yeah.
the one that you finesse up afterwards.
I really, you know what? I'm way too much of a wuss to start posting like very sketchy drawings. But I like this. I like it. It kind of feels a little bit more like just in the moment, just working it out. Like sometimes it's weird with illustration. You'll go back and look at the first draft versus the final draft, and the first draft looks way better because the final draft maybe you got too carried away, or like you tried too hard to do different things, or make everything look too crispy. And honestly, this is probably the way to go. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. It is what it is. And if you guys are not ready for the raw, what do you call it when something is rough? The scrappy version. Then I don't know if you guys are really. Might not be cut out for this line of beans. All right. Okay. I'm rambling. I think that's all right. And actually, I don't think I messed the frog up too much. I think the frog is looking okay. The frog's all right. He's got a little bit of a marshmallow, and he's like one that Doggo maybe burnt too much and is like passed off. But yeah, that's okay. That's nice. Yep, that is all right. That's okay. So we've got to worry about the next draft in a little bit. But I'll clean this one up so that it's tolerable. But we'll keep it a little bit sketchy. And I got to do the fire and the mice. So let's do the mice first. Voila. Super duper. So there's usually 3 mice. I don't know why. There's just, I guess, like the blind mice. That was the idea. But there's always 3 of them. Never. Yeah. Oh yeah, only 2 of them have marshmallows. One of them just doesn't want that. He doesn't need it. He's watching his calories. Because the marshmallows, they'll creep up on you. You know. Think you can get away with it? I don't think so. I think this guy's got a little hat. I think I drew a hat on him. So let's give him a little hat. That'd be nice. Maybe like a dark blue. Yeah, that's alright. Okay, let's do the fireplace. Or the bonfire. Rather. Yeah, this is alright. So start off with the wood. And then, like the same way you build a fire is the same way you draw a fire. You start off with the wood. And you build small and work your way up. I mean, that's just a preference. You don't have to do that, but it could be the move. So I'll do a bit of a yellow and just sort of pad it out to begin with. And then like as you work into the fire, you make it a little bit sort of darker in the middle. So the center is going to be like orangey, and then it goes into like more red. Someone's Joy Shkov said diabetic mouse. Yeah. Some of us, we gotta watch the sugar intake. Yeah. God bless. Hey, it is what it is. Some people, they can't have that much sugar. That's all right. And honestly, processed sugar is probably not the best for you. In fact, it definitely isn't the best for you. But yeah, sometimes you gotta do it. Sometimes it's unnecessary. Okay, so we've got a pretty good thing going here. I think that's a nice looking fire. We've got Kato burning the marshmallows to an absolute singe. And everyone's having a good time. That's pretty nice. Ooh, I've just been given a coffee. Thank you very much. Voila. Yeah, I think that's good. So I'll need to. Ooh. Oh shoot. I forgot to draw the Among Us guy. And the bear. Bean Gorilla. Voila. I think that was Gonzalo. Actually, I can't remember who said that. Oh yeah, and the mugs. True. Maybe I should add a little heart to the. Yeah. Okay. You can't really see it, but it is there. There's a little heart, and I'll do some steam. Voila. And maybe we should change the overall hue. Maybe like bring the brightness down a little. I don't know. This might be a problem for future Harry. Sorry, I think I just burped. The sky is not finished. Yeah. I'm gonna turn these guys down a little bit and then. No, actually, I'll leave it. I'll leave it. I know it's pretty good. What is Chris saying? B needs a black and white scarf. I think he supports Newcastle United. Yeah. I think that I don't wanna get too political with it. Yeah. Yeah, I think the only football team Bean is supporting is Doggers, like little dog team. I'm yapping. I'm trying not to like, because I know sports fans are very they're very divisive. So maybe a Newcastle. No, I'm not gonna do it. Sorry. Voila. Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah. Let's put those in. Yeah. That's the thing. There is no full stop. It just keeps on going. The bean train keeps moving. Ooh, okay. Here's the part where I say, what is magenta? Oh, yeah, shoot. Yeah. Okay. I looked at mine and I was like, wait, hang on, what is magenta? Okay, so like nana beans. Okay. More not purpley. It's kind of, yeah. Aren't you like an artist? You should know this. Yeah, true. Voila. Okay, I'll put some of those in the pumpkin maybe. And also, you know what? The mud in the background, maybe that could do with it a little bit. So, I wonder if you guys see this when I select stuff. Maybe not. But I'm going to select some of the mud and then duplicate, and then I'm going to, it's a bit cheesy, but I can like edit the colors very quick this way. If I do it like that, that's okay. And then I can even like drop the opacity down so we meet it in the middle a little bit. So that's one. Let's do this, and then sort of shade out some of that so that different color becomes a bit more of the foreground, or the background, sorry. I think that'll be pretty good. And we could even do like a lighter tone. Maybe that's getting a little bit too creative. Sometimes you get a little bit too creative, and that is also a problem. How about that? Don't really know what to do. Oh yeah, that is a gorilla, I believe. It's gonna end up looking like a Labubu, I think, but it's meant to be a bean gorilla. So let's give him a little bit of color, shall we? Yeah. Well, it's gonna be gorilla color. What is that? Well, I did the Among Us when Among Us was a thing. It still is a thing, but when it was first popping off, I did a Bean interacts with Among Us character animation, and it was just on YouTube. It was like a little short. It wasn't very good, but it was something. And I think it's because we don't really post on YouTube. It's got one of the most views on our channel, and it's like a little silly thing. Yeah. Chris is being very kind. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm surprised. I thought it would be worse, but no, it's actually okay. Let's add a little bit of that, and then. Yeah, I could maybe bring the Scarecrow out a little bit more. That's true. I'm just sort of messing with the background at the moment. Could do a little bit of this. Yeah. I will actually, I think when I do the final version too, I will make it a little bit more zoomed out. That way it looks a little bit nicer on desktop and things like that. Yeah. No, this is wicked. So, yeah, let's edit in some of the... Oop. Uh-oh. Hold on, guys. Oh, there we go. Okay. Right. Oh, sorry, I've got all my layers mixed up. I'm gonna draw the new Scarecrow. Where is the outline for the Scarecrow though? Oh, it's there. Okay. Voila. Right, found it finally. I like this little scarecrows and the crows just chilling is very cute. I like that. Voila. Well, actually, I was meant to make him stand out, so maybe shouldn't draw him exactly like the. Do I need what? What do you think? I don't. No comment. I maybe I do name my layers. Maybe I don't.
Maybe he doesn't name them himself.
Maybe Matt names my layers. Life is too short. I think that if you spend all your time naming layers, you never actually draw anything. And that's a metaphor for life, I think. But at the same time, when you lose something, it's really annoying. So maybe for the really important stuff, that's it. I'll do that. But for a pumpkin field, yeah, we're doing this. We're doing this on a fly. We're not naming. We're not. We're not giving all these pumpkins different names. We'd be here all day, guys. Come on. He knows the zombies are in the barn. He knows. And that meme was like, Does he know?
Yeah, like from Dexter.
It's
He's
pu-
like suspicious.
yeah.
Jess Core said, "How can we get the finished product for desktop?"
How do you get the finished product for desktop? I will upload all of this in HD to Bean Chat, which is on Instagram. You can join Bean Chat for free, and you'll be able to HD download them there. And then hopefully you have a way of moving that from your phone to your desktop. I don't know if I can help with that. But yeah, I'll put them all in there. And then hopefully when we do this again, and we will, we could have a different way of doing it. Maybe we're thinking of maybe doing a Patreon. Not sure. It's another new thing, and I'm like trying to do new things one thing at a time so I don't get too busy. And I also don't want to block people out by having it behind a paywall. So I think we would probably, have like a Patreon thing where you can download off there, but it's free. But then also offer like additional things like behind the scenes or exclusive lives, like something like that, later on down the line. I don't really know. I'm making it up as I go, but that could be pretty cool. And that would definitely mean that you get the illustration in really good quality, because I'm not sure if Instagram is going to nuke the quality too much, but it might, and that would suck. So, right, should we do some shading?
Jess Core also said, when you start with the shading process, you could put a bit of red on the leaves, like make like the trees are going like fully,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Like, what we saw like recently with like yellow bits of like trees and stuff.
Yeah, like they've got kind of like different, the trees have a different tone and whatnot to them as they go. Yeah. Right. I'm actually going to do a little bit of that first, I think. I think that's a nice place to start. We're coming pretty close to the end here, guys. This is huge. We've been going for 2 hours and a half. I've been yapping. I'm gonna need a lem sip after this, I think. Yeah. Oh shoot. Yeah, I have. Oh no, I've got a few hours on the parking. It's okay. That would have been trouble. Yeah. Okay. Oh, this is nice. I love the coloring. I need a lens sip. Pardon? Just from talking. I never talk this much. Yeah. Yeah. What should we do next? Should we do a Halloween thing? Because that's kind of next up in terms of the season. Oh, my belly's rumbling. Sorry. I think that would be pretty cool to do, like maybe some costume stuff, maybe another wallpaper. Show you guys like a bit more of the animation process. Maybe we work on like a first draft for like a 30-second animation. That could be really fun. I like that idea. I just want to do a bit more of this and keep a dialogue. I think that is like one thing that we'll make the animations and stuff, and that's fun, but we kind of need to have a bit more of a dialogue, because you guys have got actual ideas that I might lack sometimes, and yeah, it's cool to bring you guys in. That's the whole point of like social media, is to actually, that's the difference between like this and a traditional TV show or whatever. Sounds super obvious, but yeah. Yeah, that would be cool. I wonder what it's, because there's not really like an iconic Halloween costume this year. So like usually it's like something that is like in the pop culture, so it's like Squid Game, or maybe I guess Wednesday could be a thing. You could do the creepy old lady from Weapons, but yeah, maybe Fantastic Four would be okay. I've got a bit of a beef with like Halloween costumes that aren't like if they're just like a superhero, it doesn't feel right. I don't know.
It's just fancy dress.
It's fancy dress, I know. I don't really like that though. I think it's gotta be a little bit spooky.
And then some costumes for being at maybe.
Yeah.
Costume.
Yeah, like a couple's costume thing would be funny. Could maybe do. I gotta think of something. That's the thing. For like streams?
Yeah.
Yeah. What should we do? What should the move be? I think doing one more of these would be fun. Maybe I like the idea of like a spin the wheel type thing where we give a few options and then we like spin the wheel and see what comes up. I also thought about like maybe inviting some other animator friends or illustrator friends on and we do like a bit of a drawing back and forth. That could be really fun. But yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of different options. So yeah, we'll have a think. But Andrea Robin says lovely idea. Thank you. Okay. What am I working on right now? Oh. I'm working on getting the trees done. So I'm adding a little bit of like shade and stuff. I think that's pretty good. It's looking very autumnal. It's looking all right. So next step is going to be to start shading. And because this is the rough draft, I'm not going to go super crazy. I'm just going to make a little bit of a reference. And so we'll do that by duplicating the layers and then just like editing the color code. So like turning them down in brightness, just like that. And then maybe the saturation too. Voila. Or I could even turn it purple if I want. So let's do that. And then I'm gonna erase this one. And then do a little bit of this. Just so there's like a gradient between the colors as they come away from the sunset. Voila. I think that's alright. And we can even turn it down a little bit more. Yeah, autumn's my favorite time of the year too. I love it. It's so cozy and you can finally wear your jumpers again. That's so nice. Like the whole year they're just hanging there and I'm like, I'll see you soon, bud. But then you get like 2 weeks into autumn and the leaves are getting all like sticky and ugly and it's a little bit like, okay, now I'm ready for just full Christmas mode. But that's the thing and that's kind of like the meme, right? Where it's always your favorite season at the time. Like when spring comes around, it's your favorite, blah, blah, blah. But I don't know, autumn's different though. Autumn's got a different vibe to it. It's certainly, I prefer it way more to summer, but I'm not really a hot body. Like I'm not like, I don't like heat. I like cold and then I can control the heat. But yeah. Okay. One sec. I'm just doing the shading on this one. Yeah, I think we've got another lo-fi album coming out pretty soon. We're gonna do a visual for that. I started working on that like more in the summer, so it had a summer vibe, and then now it's autumn. It's gonna be really weird if I put that out. So I think we're gonna need to amend it a little bit. But the audio is very like, it can match any season. Yeah, and then other than the doggo video, which is coming out next week, we'll be working again on more animations and whatnot. And then we've got an even bigger project, which I can't talk about yet, but that one is going to be taking up a lot more time very, very soon. And yeah, that's going to be really fun. What did Linky say? Bean chilling, drinking hot cocoa in the snowfall at night at Christmas would be great. I completely agree. But man, do you know, it always feels kind of sad when I do a seasonal wallpaper, because I'm like, I always think like, oh man, we're gonna need to swap it out soon. There's not like a permanence to it, but that's what makes it special. That's why it's nice to do these things. And that's why I think we like autumn and we like these different seasons is because it's not like constant. I really struggle to I don't understand people who can like live in a place and I'm not hating here, but like LA or somewhere like that where the climate never changes. Like, wouldn't that drive you mad? And doesn't that kind of make you feel like, oh, like, because I always feel refreshed when the season changes a bit, or like you got something to look forward to. If it was like constantly sunny or cold, I think I'd lose it a bit. But I guess like somewhere like California, you just, you drive 2 miles and you're in the snow, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, I don't know. It's looking okay now. I think the shade, purple shade was the move, I think. Yeah. No, this is okay. Well, that's the thing, is we've got 2 different light sources. So we've got the fire going, and we've got to think about like how the shade is bouncing off there and whatnot. But then we've also got the sunlight coming in, and that's gonna sort of do the back of these characters as well. So we can't do too much like shade one direction. It kind of has to be two ways. I'm not sure. This is a tricky one. I think we could do it where like there's a faint outline of light on the back of them, and then we don't go too crazy with the shading, and yeah, that'll work out okay. Let's do that. Voila. Yeah, that's alright. I do like that purple. I don't think I've used like a purple before. Yeah. Oh yeah, we've forgotten the green vines. Yeah. Should I make that shading a little bit darker? Ooh. Yeah. But I tell you what, I'll do this.
Ali has just said in the chat, just popping in to say hi and tell you how much I appreciate your content on Instagram. I'm always looking forward to your posts. They are so cozy and sweet, especially in these trying times.
Who was that? That was Ali. Ali said just popping in to say hi, and how much she appreciates the content. That means a whole lot. Thank you so much, Ali. Really appreciate that. And thank you everyone who's chimed in and said something really kind. I super appreciate that. And you're absolutely right. It's a crazy time. And there's a lot of stuff going on. And it can be tough on the internet. Like, I definitely think that we would probably do a lot better if we spent less time on the internet. And I'll just watch everyone leave right now. I think that one way to sort of counterbalance that is by at least having like wholesome things on the internet. And so I never want to make something which is going to leave someone in a bad mood. I think it's important to try and make something positive and uplifting and silly, and that goes a long way. Yeah, the world is way too crazy, and it feels like it We don't gotta worry about that. And honestly, you just log out for a little bit. Just don't, just chill and spend time with family, friends. Go on a walk. Have a, treat yourself. Have a little coffee. Just do things you enjoy, and you realize that there's a lot of bad stuff going on in the world, but there's also a lot of like really, really nice stuff, and it's a shame because social media is not programmed to emphasize that. It wants to just keep you sort of rage baited or whatever, but I don't think that that'll be the case forever, and I think that this is just like a crazy time. Ooh, the fence detail. Blow my neck. I completely forgot about the fence. Thank you. Yet again, I've been held accountable. Okay, let's add a fence in. Gotta keep the... Oh no, the gorilla's already in. Yeah. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Joyce Skov. Appreciate that. Yeah. I don't know. I think it's hard. It's hard to find a balance, because if you do too much like just positive stuff, it's a little bit like like you never had a bad day. But yeah, I think it's nice to do. I think it's nice. We'll find a balance. We'll work it out, and just keep putting them beans out. Yeah. Super duper. Right, there's a little fence action going on. It's kind of rough. I might. It's okay. It's all right. It's tolerable. I will allow it. But if I could do it all again, maybe I would have picked a different kind of fence. I don't know. I mean, who's really putting a fence on a pumpkin patch? Like, they're not going anywhere. All right. Okay. Well, that's all right. So as a first draft, I feel pretty good about that. I think that's all right. With the trees, maybe they need a little bit more light, a little bit of color. That's cool. Oh yeah. Where's that? Let me find the layer for that. Yeah. There we go. What is that thing called? A weather vane. How bizarre. I didn't know that thing had a name. I thought it was metal chicken thing. Yeah. Oh, that's okay. Ooh. Ali says, sent a very nice message. I teared up. Thank you for reading this. It was so sweet. Kind of comment. Albeit I don't use it much for reasons you mentioned. Oh, that's very kind. Thank you, Ali. Yeah, me too. I try and stay off that stuff. It's my job, but so I can't get too far away from it. But yeah, we're strictly a cat meme family in this family. Oh boy, right. I'm getting a bit tired now. I'm not gonna lie, but we push on. We're getting this done. There's no, hey, by any means necessary, guys. Come on. What's left to do? Actually, good point. So, maybe that's too. That's too bright. Yeah, I think. Add a little contrast to the sky. Yeah. Ooh. Hold up. Yeah. What color sky should we do, guys? What are we doing? I'm thinking... okay, this is a problem because I should really name my layers, but I think it could blend kind of nice from a purple on the right side, and then sort of work into that red and then orange, and then yellow. You could even go blue if you want it to be crazy, but I think that's a little much. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it. Let's keep it purple. Voila. Yeah, maybe we should do some clouds. I feel like if it's like too cloudy, it kind of, and also clouds are really tricky. So maybe I could do like one or two. The sun kind of looks like it's just like a field in the background. Like maybe that's a cool thing. Maybe we could fade that out a little bit. Maybe a bird or something flying. The little what? The M's? Oh, yeah, the M birds. Yeah. Oh, I like that background. Yeah, we should do those. Oh, Sam McKenna's in chat?
Yeah.
What's up, dude? Oh, nice. Super duper. Man, we're getting all the faces in this chat. That's very kind. What do you guys not have jobs? I'm joking, by the way. I don't think mine counts as a job either, so. Well, I'm glad everyone's having fun on a Friday. You deserve it. You deserve to watch a silly man on the internet draw a pumpkin patch. You've earned it. Voila. When do pumpkin patches like open? Are they available now? Can we go? Or do we have to wait? Matt is Googling, I'm assuming.
What am I Googling? I was just replying.
Oh. I will deep dive that. Yeah, that is the vibe. That is what we're going for, is a golden hour kind of vibe. Everybody just chilling. I think, yeah, I'm not good at clouds, I'll be honest. They're a little bit too purple, I think, and I'm gonna have to edit that a little bit. And then, yeah, have you ever met like a cloud nerd where they know all the different names for the clouds? I am the opposite of that. I know one cloud and it's like puffy. That's about it. Okay, let's do that little outline on the clouds. Do a little bit of sun catching them. And the sun's kind of like coming up instead of like from top down. But that is proving difficult. Voila. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah. I think we're almost done. I think this is it, to be honest. Cut. That's what you said. Okay. Yeah, guys, that's it. No. Let's move these. Let's mix the color up on the clouds. I think that could be cute. Yeah. Just a little bit, like, yeah, that's okay. Yeah, that's okay. I like that. That's nice. So yeah, like I said before, this is the very sketchy version, not the final version, but I will be posting this in Bean Chat momentarily. So and then I guess the next one is, I'm not posting this on main. I think that would be a little bit left field, but we'll put it in. Yeah, we'll put it in Bean Chat. I'm gonna add a little bit of different color to that one. And then yeah, I'm gonna work on a final version for this one, so you guys can have like the super HD version as well. Sweet. I think that's cool. No worries at all. Thank you guys for showing up. I feel like this pumpkin patch is just as much mine as it is yours. So yeah, thank you guys so much for that. And my Apple Pencil is almost dead, so that's another thing to worry about, bro. Okay. Anyway, that was awesome. That was really, really fun. Thank you guys so much for showing up. Thank you for the really, really kind messages. Thank you for the donations. Yeah. Any final words? I don't know. If you don't need them, we could just put them in the comments. This will be available as a VOD. Oh, I've got a little bug on me. I got a little green one. Wow. A little green boy. I don't know if you guys can see that. He's alright. I'm gonna put him on the bean. But yeah, thank you guys. Oh, you don't like the bean. Uh-oh. Go on, get on there. Haha. Oh, yeah, thank you, Fangto. Thank you for showing up. Thank you, Joy. Thank you, Ali. Thank you, Andrea. Thank you, Caroline. Everyone who showed up. This is huge. The first ever stream that we've done. And it was really, really fun. And we made something cool. So we'll keep doing these. And yeah. Plan for next week. I think I'm going to do it on a Tuesday. I think that might be nice. And maybe try a bit later. And we could maybe look at doing like a Halloween theme. That could be fun. But yeah, we'll put a little poll in Bean Chat too and talk about it. But until then, thank you guys very, very much for coming on. Super fun. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you. Bye. Shoo.